Today I'm gonna be telling you how The Onion scarred me for life. No, I'm not kidding and I'm not being dramatic, they quite literally scarred me for life. Now, by chance, if you don't know what The Onion is, it's just satire media. But when I was like 5 years old, how am I supposed to know that? So I've been using YouTube since I was like 7, maybe even younger, but I'm pretty sure I was like 7. And I used it a lot more when it started popping off more. Like I remember all of my friends at school were talking about the Beyonce and Lady Gaga music video, and that gave me reason to watch YouTube. And the more I used YouTube, the more of a deeper rabbit hole I got myself into with all the weird YouTube videos that were targeted towards children. Now in recent years, those types of videos would be something like ElsaGate. If you don't know what that is, just Google it. Yes, I'm the kind of person that says just Google it. Sorry, I don't have time to talk about ElsaGate. This is about how The Onion scarred me. Anyways, I didn't have ElsaGate growing up as a kid. We just had weird, creepy videos about children shows. I remember experiencing so much jump scare. There would be so many assholes that would literally make videos and clickbaiting it like Barney's evil, and as a kid you're like, what? Barney's evil? And you click on it and they get you hooked. They're trying to convince you Barney's fucking evil, and then they jump scare you with like the most horrifying photo that at least you think is horrifying when you're a kid, and you literally feel like you're having a heart attack at the ripe age of 5. So that was my experience. Also, hearing the theme songs backwards, even though they didn't jump scare you, that also scared the shit out of me. Have you ever heard Dora backwards? I'm sure younger Gen Z doesn't know, but it starts off as like, "Hail Satan," and it's the scariest shit you'll ever fucking listen to. Anyways, the one thing that traumatized me the most on YouTube was The Onion. Now at 10 years old, I liked Justin Bieber. Yes, I don't like to admit that, but I was just a kid. I thought he was cute and I liked his music just like any little girl did back then. So yeah, this was around 2010. That time I had a bunch of like tween magazine pictures of Justin Bieber on my wall. And like I had an entire wall of just Justin Bieber. I cut them out of magazines and put them all over my wall. Like sure, I had a few other celebrities on there. I think like Jesse McCartney? Who the fuck is that again? I feel like that rings a bell. Someone named something like that. And then a few other people, but then Justin Bieber was like my main wall. Like I love Justin Bieber. So obviously as a 10-year-old Justin Bieber fangirl, you like to go on YouTube and search up Justin Bieber. Now, in the 2010s, I remember Justin had a pretty active channel. He would just upload himself singing, and I would go back and watch that. But upon searching Justin Bieber was The Onion video about Justin Bieber. And when I tell you this scarred the shit out of me, this genuinely did. Like, I know I've said that, but I don't think you understand. And I'll talk about the impact this has left on me. So October 4th, 2010, it's titled Justin Bieber Found to Be Cleverly Disguised 51-Year-Old Pedophile. I was 10 years old. So when I clicked on this, I was so confused. But like, even though I didn't understand what a pedophile was, it wasn't that hard to Google. And I realized that it's someone that preys on people my age because I was 10. And the victim they tried to portray in this video was like a year older than me. And I was like shaky. Okay, we're just gonna watch this together. I'm just gonna record my reaction. I have not seen this since 2010, so it's been like 11 years, and my my hands are shaky. I remember it being scary.
In our top story this hour, police arrested teen pop star Justin Bieber today after an investigation revealed he is not a 16-year-old heartthrob, but rather a 51-year-old pedophile.
Hold on, guys. I'm having flashbacks to it being like 3 in the morning, like pitch dark in my room, and I'm on a little fucking pink laptop, like those little shitty tiny pink laptops, and it's just pitch dark, and like I'm just fucking shaking at this point in the video, and it's only been like 10 seconds, and I'm there just like freaking the fuck out. And I remember I took a double take at my Justin Bieber wall. Like, I looked at the mugshot, and then I kept taking a fucking horrified look at my wall twice because I was so fucking confused and hurt and scared. Scratch that, my memories are coming back. I took a fucking triple take at that wall. I was so fucking horrified. Sorry, I was like crying. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I teared up and I started sounding like Mickey Mouse. My bad. Alright, let's continue.
Our police arrested teen pop star Justin Bieber today after an investigation revealed he is not a 16-year-old heartthrob, but rather a 51-year-old pedophile in disguise. Wearing a wig and a rubbery mask.
Dude, I could hardly fucking look at that image when I was 10. Like, that's what I saw in my nightmares sometimes. It was mostly this guy's face. Like, I saw him in my nightmares constantly. But this face, like, the only reason it was not in my nightmares as much is because at this point in the video, I'm like covering my face, but I'm peeking through one eye within like a little crack of my fingers because I'm just fucking horrified. And this, like, I genuinely thought this was real. Like, looking back at this right now, this looks like Photoshop, right? But I was so fucking young and I had no idea that that was even a thing. Like, I took a look at this and I thought this was 100% real. And at this point, I'm horrified. I think this was the point where the trauma just really settled in. Like, at this point, I felt like throwing up, but I was so scared I couldn't move. Oh my God.
Bieber, born Michael Cote in 1959, spent years cultivating an image as a sensitive teenager and penning innocently suggestive songs like Down to Earth and First Dance, all with the intention of surrounding himself with pubescent girls and fondling them.
While telling his fans he was a virgin, he traveled across the country abusing girls in all 50 states. In retrospect, something as diabolical as Justin Bieber could only have been the product of a remorseless sex fiend.
Criminal psychologist Dr. Hannah Carrier says the lyrics Cote wrote and performed as Bieber manipulated the naive minds of thousands of underage girls.
The songs are full of concepts like sharing special moments and forbidden love. These are fairly standard tropes among active pedophiles. Just thinking about how Justin Bieber's mind works gives me chills.
To maintain his cover, Cote created an elaborate backstory, enrolling in a Canadian high school and hiring a heroin-addicted prostitute to pose as his mother. Cote was able to avoid widespread suspicion until earlier this year when this photo was posted on TMZ, showing what appears to be Bieber's face peeling off.
Yep, I thought this was real too, and I think I started crying. Okay, so I haven't really elaborated on my thoughts yet, like my current thoughts. I've only been talking about my reaction like 11 years ago. I'm just thinking about how traumatized I am from this, and it's really weird to face it right now. This literally stripped me from my innocence when I was a kid, I swear to God. Like, right now it feels like I'm looking Satan in the face. Like, this was the thing that gave me nightmares for like 3 years straight. Now I'm facing it, and I'm unfazed, okay? Unfazed, responsible adult here.
In Lafayette, Louisiana. And yesterday, the police investigation uncovered rare footage of Cote performing in his home without his Bieber disguise.
It's so crazy to me how this is literally just a guy lip-syncing Justin Bieber songs, but when I watched this, it was just so real to me. And this part of the video was like the cherry on top almost. Like, it really gave me a pit in my stomach because I thought this was real. I remember as a kid, I was in such shock that I replayed him singing like at least 3 times. I was like, oh my God, this is Justin Bieber. And like, obviously it's fake, but it really was so real to me when I saw this. It was so real. I'm honestly sad that I fell for this, but I was 10, so.
I ran out of time. If it takes the rest of my life. Oh.
So at this point, 11 years ago, I replayed him singing like 3 times because I just was in so much shock and I was horrified at this. So after I replayed it for the 3rd time, I got up from bed and I turned on the light. Now, I could still see the Justin Bieber wall because I had like a little night light, like just teeny tiny bit of light, but you know, I turned on the light and I got goosebumps, like looking at my Justin Bieber wall. And this hurt me because I really love Justin Bieber. Like, I really fucking love Justin Bieber. I had all of his CDs and like merchandise, so this really fucking hurt me. But I was so fucking hurt and scared. So I ripped off all of the Justin Bieber posters and like magazine things I had of him on my wall. Like, I just destroyed it all. It's so sad. Like, a fucking stupid video made me do that. I'm sad for myself. But that's what I did. I destroyed my Justin Bieber wall, and then I went back in bed after I had opened my door as well because I felt paranoid. I was paranoid because I thought Justin Bieber was gonna just pop out of nowhere and come snatch me because I was 10. Anyways, so I had my door open, I turned the lights on, kept them on, and I went back in bed to finish this video. And only in a few minutes, a lot's going on. A lot of panic, destroying the Justin Bieber wall, all the hurt feeling. I think I was crying as well. So this is just awful. I was literally a 10-year-old kid having a mental breakdown at 3 in the morning over a fucking Onion video. But yeah, thanks Onion. Thank you so much for like scaring the shit out of me and making me have nightmares for 3 years. Like, that's so awesome. Anyways, this video just keeps getting worse, so I'm just gonna let you watch.
As victims, the arrest brings some relief, but cannot erase the memories of being abused by the synthetic teenage pervert. This 9-year-old was molested by Bieber after a concert in Des Moines.
I told him I had to go because my mom was waiting, but he grabbed me and told me I was a special angel. And then he asked me to pee all over him.
Bieber faces up to 75 years behind bars, but officials say he will almost certainly be murdered in prison. Up next, we'll tell you which extinct plant is available in body wash.
Baby, I will wait for you, 'cause I don't know what else I can do. Don't tell me I ran out of time. If it takes the rest of my life, baby, I'll wait for you. You need to find it just ain't true. Don't tell me I ran out of time. If it takes the rest of my life. Oh, it's been a long time since you called me.
Ooh, that clip of him singing really takes me back. So that's the end of the video. Also, earlier, I was just giving you my live, reaction. None of this is scripted. I said the victim was, a year older than me. I think she was a year younger now that I watched this again. But, still, I just remember as a kid thinking, oh my gosh, she's, my age. And that means Justin Bieber is gonna come for me. It's really stupid, but yeah, I really hope that other people can relate with me. I know damn well I'm not the only Justin Bieber fangirl in 2010 that was horrified by this video, fully believed it, and destroyed their Justin Bieber wall. Okay, I can't be the only one. And you know what makes it worse is I crumbled that shit. I didn't want to see his face. I got literal goosebumps. Every time I saw Justin Bieber or I would think of him, I would see this fucking face. So I really made sure that shit was destroyed. But now, people are making the year 2000 a trend again for fashion or just, collecting items from that time. The 2010s are also included in this trend. So do you know how much money my Justin Bieber tween magazines would have been worth? Yeah, I destroyed those too, but also the ones on my wall. I mean, maybe they're worth pennies, maybe they're worth nothing right now, but considering this is all a trend, what if it was worth something? So the Onion's ruining my pockets as well. You can't just traumatize me, you gotta hurt my pockets. Are you serious?
Help me, help.